So I'll be honest, I have not done an oil change for this car. Reason being is because I haven't owned it all that long and I haven't driven it much. With that being said, you know, I do need to do an oil change from time to time. And so what better time than now? Those who have done oil changes for Porsches, not a big deal. I find that when I do my Toyotas, my BMWs, my Audi, it's all pretty straightforward. However, for Porsches, I noticed, especially for my Boxster out there, right? There was a trick that I had to do to make it work. And you know, the 996 is not that much different. There's still a trick that you have to do. So first things first is I put a pad underneath here, so that way it's not metal to metal, right? And then I'm gonna jack this up. The great thing, of course, is this is one rigid frame, so when I move this up, that's gonna come up as well, which will allow me to put a jack underneath. All right, so that's what I'll do first, and then I'll show you what I'll do. So I've realized something. I jacked this up, as you can see, it's already off the ground, right? Likewise, so is this. I can easily put this in here, right? But to be honest with you, for my scenario, I'm not trying to jack up the whole car to do a lot of work. Well, all I'm trying to do actually is to jack up the car so I can go underneath and do an oil change. So with that being said, it doesn't make sense to jack this side up. It makes sense to jack that side up, put the stands underneath so I have more enough clearance to do my oil change. All right, so I'll do that. I'll drop this down and I'll start the other side. So you can see, I'm starting to jack up the front, right? The front is off the ground fairly well. However, the back never moved. All right, case in point, you got jacking up the back, this will come up. Jacking up the front, this won't. Or at least that side won't. So I'll show you where you should jack up, all right? Okay, so what I've done was I put the jack right where the mount section is. It may be hard for you to see right here. Let me see if I can find another angle for you to see, all right? So some folks, they would try to put it at the transmission. Some folks would try to put it where the engine mounts and such are. I don't know. However, I find a lot of agreements that, you know, folks want to put it there and then on the other side, because that's where majority of the weight, or at least the strength is, right? So that's what I'll do. Just be careful, because as you can see, it's so close to your exhaust and everything, you don't want to damage it. You know what I mean? All right, so let me jack this up and then I'll show you what it looks like. So case in point, you see where I'm jacking up, right? Similarly, it would be right over here, right on this side, okay? And that's the safest route that I'm aware of to jack up your car, all right? So you can see, I've got one on this side. I still have one on this side, right? Likewise, I've also left mine in as a backup. Therefore, if I ever have any problem, at least this is gonna help me for a little bit. All right? So hopefully that helps. As you can see, the front is still on the ground. The back is high enough where I can get underneath and get some work done. All right?